Ladies, you say it's not your job to raise a man? So why is your relationship structured like a rehabilitation center? And fellas, if she's trying to fix you, she doesn't respect you.
Quit playing builder to the person that God does not have for you.
Stop it. Get some help.
Stop doing that. This is why I tell y'all, because the dating space just seems to be chaotic. Discern in your dating. Allow people to show you, allow people to earn your love. Let them earn your stewardship. Let them earn your help. Let them earn those things. Like, we have to see people. I need to be able to see that you can earn my loyalty. It's certain things as women that we can't give for free. We've built up a lot of men in our past, and then we are left with these wounds. We left broken and hurt and trying to figure out why you didn't love me when I was loving you through all of your pain. Where were you at when I needed you? You left me with this wound. I can't trust nobody. I can't love no one. I'm scared to give my heart to someone. I'm afraid people are going to abandon me. You leave me with those wounds. But what I'm always going to tell women, I don't care if you're not ready to hear it, because one day you will, because I had to. I had to look in the mirror one day and say, you know what, Kitty? That's all on you. You were never supposed to be with that man to begin with. That's all on you. You saw that this man didn't have barely anything going for himself, and you said, well, I see the good in you. It's okay to see the good in people, but at least because men are able to do things. And a lot of times as women, we play enabler a little bit too much.
How you doing? Well, I'm doing just fine. I lied, I'm dying inside.
You see it all over social media. Women of today are crying, screaming, and making TikToks about the exact same story. They meet a guy with potential. They dusted him off, they fixed his credit, they wrote his resume, they literally built this man from the ground up. And then what happens? He leaves, or worse, he'll resent you.
Yep.
Ladies, stop trying to build a man because it's a bad investment.
Stupid!
Stop trying to build a man from the ground up because it's a bad investment. And me telling you this is not hate. It's the tough love you need to stop wasting your prime years on a project that will never pay the dividends you think it will.
Do you think women enjoy building a man, trying to fix their man, trying to heal their man?
I think that women really struggling with surrendering control, and that's why they're trying to build a man.
Yep.
But when you can just let that man be a man, let that man be who he is, you will get a completely different, higher leveled, more evolved version of a man that he could ever be, if that's the desire of his heart, right? Because there are absolutely also men out here that just want to take advantage of women as well, and that they are absolutely preying on the weakness of a woman, because it is like probably a well-known fact that there are some women that men immediately know, oh, this is somebody where I could play in her face. This is somebody that I could disrespect. This is somebody that I could put hands on. And then there are women where it's like, well, I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with this one because she might fight back, or she might walk away, or I'm not going to be able to manipulate her. So I think that we as women have to do a better job of working on our own self-esteem, our own self-respect, our own self-love, regardless of whether we're in a relationship or not, so that we are able to be those women where men say, I don't want to mishandle her. I want to make sure that this is, I do this right, or I don't do it at all, because I don't want to forfeit it unknowingly or just ignorantly.
It's time for us to have an honest conversation about accountability, because somewhere along the line, either your parents, your friends, your family, someone close to you told you that it was your job to rehab a man. That if you just love him enough, that you just care enough, that you just invest enough, that you will magically transform him into the husband or man that you deserve. But I'm here to tell you that never happens. When I'm talking about building a man, you already know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the loser guy who sits at home and does absolutely nothing. The guy who maybe uses your car to allegedly go to work, playing video games all day and all night, not cooking, not helping around the house. He's just there, taking up space, wasting your time. And ladies, you stay because you actually think you can change him. Jordan Peterson talked about this in one of his videos that he did around a while back.
The female romantic fantasy, the female myth, is Beauty and the Beast. Tameable beast. In the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast, the woman, who's quite a stellar character, right? She's beautiful and she's wise and she's intelligent. She has her choice. Like, she's got loser, the village men. She's got narcissist, that's Gaston. And she's got beast. Now, stupid women like narcissists, naive women like narcissists, because they confuse their narcissism with competence and confidence. And that's how narcissists exploit. They look like they're confident. They look like they're competent. Beauty, Gaston is after her, wants to charm her. She goes for the beast. Well, the beast is a monster. He's a traumatized monster even. But she hopes that he's tameable, that she can bring him into relationship. And like a good beast has options, but he'll forego the options for the relationship. That's the female sexual fantasy. Tameable beast. Now that's rough, right? Because how likely is it that you're going to be able to tame a beast? Not that likely, but pretty damn useful if you can do it. Then you have someone who can keep the real beasts at bay. Like, women have to negotiate a very tight line because they're looking for men who are disagreeable enough to be able to tell the monsters to go to hell, but who are generous and productive enough to share. That's a hard target to hit. It's a hard target for a man to become, too.
It's all about conquering the beast, conquering the man that's the bad guy, making him reform, making him want to be better. But that doesn't work. And I'm here to tell you that it's never going to happen. You're wasting your prime years that you could be using on a better investment, a better relationship, and a better you. I want to introduce a concept that I'm going to call the empty table. Imagine a relationship is a dinner party. As a woman, historically and societally, you bring the warmth, you bring the food, you bring the decoration, you bring the softness, the nurturing. This is your value that you add. But a man's job is to build the table. He has to provide the structure, the stability, the four legs that hold everything up. To build a man trap is you walking into an empty room with a turkey and a centerpiece and trying to set the table on thin air. You're standing there holding all of this value, all of this love, but there's nowhere to put it because he hasn't built the structure. So what do? You put the food down. You pick up a hammer and you start building the table for him. You build the legs, you sand the wood, you varnish the top, and then once the table is built, you pick up the food and you serve him. But here's the problem. If you built the table and you bought the food, what is he doing there? If you provide the structure and the nurturing, you have made him obsolete. You can't respect a man who sits at a table you built. As a woman, you're hypergamous. You look for competence. You want a man that solves problems. If the problem is his life and you solved it, you've proven that you're more competent than he is. Once you prove you are the leader, you can't follow that. And a relationship where the woman cannot follow the man's lead is a relationship destined for chaos and resentment. You will nag him, treat him like a child, and then he'll act like a rebellious teenager. Which is what a lot of women get into when they date pookies, ray-rays, hood guys, and losers. And you established from day one when you tried to fix this man that you would do everything. So you allowed him to be a loser. You allowed him to be somebody that has to be led, and now the resentment comes in. The resentment that you wasted all of this time, all of this effort for what? You're not getting anything in return.
So I've been married and divorced 3 times. And I'm going to share something with you regarding building your spouse or your partner up. If your spouse, your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever is not adding value to your life, if they're not sowing time, energy, and money into you, you should absolutely not build that person up. Because what's going to happen, they've also acted like a weight around your neck. So now you're not even the person that you were when they met you. You are lower. You're only a shell of what you used to be.
Ladies, you have been taught that you are a rehab center for broken men. But a lot of you are rehab centers for broken men yourselves because you haven't healed. You keep attracting these broken men because you're not doing the work. You're not healing yourself. You're using these men as placements because you don't want to put in the work to heal. You would rather deal with boo-boo and gru-boo the fool than to actually take some time off of dating, leave men alone, stop hanging out with your dusty homegirls, and actually put in the work to fix your life. Why do women like to be rehab centers for broken men? I'll tell you, it's about control.
Control yourself!
It's about you having the control over this man. Because you know that a man with his stuff together is not going to put up with you. They're not going to deal with you. They're not even going to look your way.
Yep.
Because you're a broken woman trying to rehabilitate a broken man so that he can rehab you. You're using a man as your rehabilitation when he can't even do anything for you. So he's dragging you down and you're going with it. So then people ask, well, why do people stay in relationships that aren't going anywhere? They don't want to leave the chaos because even though they're used to it, they think that there's nothing better out there for them.
Yep.
So they continue to stay in this vicious cycle of building a man, building a man, building a man, and they go from one relationship to another, building a man. They're trying to build a man based on what they desire in a man when they don't even know what they want in a man to begin with. You don't even take the accountability that you created a project and not a partner. And women do this. Women will look for a project instead of a partner because they want to ignore the project within. Ladies, stop using men as placeholders. It's time to heal, it's time to grow, and it's time to know that a man is a partner, not a project. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.